Good morning and welcome to this morning's reflection. Today I want to look at an excerpt from a book by C.S. Lewis, a book called The Problem of Pain. If you ask people why they do not believe in God, they may say, well, look at the universe in which we live. Most of it is just empty space. It's dark, it's uninviting, it's not habitable, it's lifeless. And it is hard to believe that life and happiness are more than a byproduct of the power that made the universe. We only know of one small blue planet that sustains life in the universe. The Earth itself has existed for millions of years without life, and may exist for millions more after life has left this planet. We have a sense of the extreme fragility of life as we know it in this vastly hostile space. So what is life like on Earth? Life is arranged, seemingly, that all forms of life in some way or another prey on each other. And in life forms that have a higher consciousness, this preying on one another causes pain. Man, or shall we say humans, have the quality of reason, and so can anticipate their own pain. And thus they can experience acute mental suffering through the anticipation of pain. This consciousness has also enabled humans to inflict great pain on others, and they have used this ability to inflict pain on others to the full. Human history is a record of crime, war, disease, and terror. Every now and then we improve ourselves a little, and our condition improves a little, and perhaps a form of civilization appears. But all civilizations pass away. And even while they exist, civilizations still inflict suffering. Suffering which probably outweighs any of the good they might do. And we can be sure of this: our civilization will pass away, just as all previous civilizations have. It seems that all of life runs down in some way or another. All of life will turn out in the end to have been transitory, seemingly a senseless contortion upon the idiotic face of matter. And so when people consider all of this, they find it so hard to believe that all of this is the work of a benevolent God. Because all the evidence points away from the notion of a benevolent God. Either there is no spirit behind the universe, or else the spirit that is behind the universe is indifferent to good or evil, or just completely evil. However, if the universe is bad, or even half bad, how did humans come to attribute it to the activity of a wise and good Creator? Now, human beings are not that stupid. We don't look at the state of the world and say this is because of a wise and benevolent God. The direct inference from black to white, from evil to good, from senseless work to a wise workman, that staggers belief, and it is not logical. But you see, the universe has never been and can never have been the source of religion. The source of religion has always been there or has come about in spite of the universe. Religion is acquired from a different source, a source other than the material world. It would be an error to say that our ancestors were ignorant and so had pleasing illusions about nature, which the progress of science has since dispelled. No. For years, for millennia, men have known about the universe. To all ages, pain and the waste of human life has always been absolutely obvious. Our own religion begins among the Jews, a people constantly harassed by other nations. The great religions of the world were all preached and practiced in a world devoid of any medical relief from suffering. So the idea of linking a good and loving God to the state of the world is absurd. Religion has a very different origin. It does not originate in the world. In all religions we find three strands or elements, and in the Christian religion we find a fourth. The first is the experience of the numinous, the experience of awe, the sense of something beyond. The second strand is some kind of morality. And the third is the recognition of a deity, often a deity that protects the morality of a particular religion. In the Christian faith, there is a fourth strand, which is the historical event. And that historical event is the birth, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, unique to the Christian faith. And this event poses a particular problem. You either have to believe that Jesus Christ, who we know existed on this planet, you either have to believe that he was a complete lunatic and not worthy of a second glance, or you have to believe that what he said was true. And so that all else that is claimed by Christians therefore becomes credible. There can be no middle ground. Christ is either a lunatic who claimed to be God, or he is God. Christianity is not the consequence of a debate on the origin of the universe. It is, and it comes about because of a catastrophic historical event. It is not a system into which we fit the awkward fact of pain. It is in itself an awkward fact which must be fitted into any system we make. In fact, Christianity creates the problem of pain. It does not solve it. Pain would be no problem unless side by side with us in our daily experience of this painful world in which we live, we had a good assurance that the ultimate reality is righteous and loving. It is the fact that the Christian faith focuses us on the righteousness and the loving nature of God. That reality enables us to see the pain of the world. If we did not have that reality, we would have no sense of pain, for we would have no benchmark by which to measure what was loving and what was good. And so as Christians and as humans throughout the world, it is this awareness of the fact that life is not as it should be that comes from our faith. And without that, we would have no sense of what to strive for, of what to seek, of what to hope, or of what to have faith in. We would truly be lost. Think on these things today as you walk about in the midst of what we know is a chaotic world. And we know it is chaotic because we know God and we know love. Amen.